Coach, it's so early in the season, and Ed's offenses are so action-oriented. Just as a coaching staff, being new here, what does that prep looks like? Because you only have one game film. I know you do have stuff from Global Jam and stuff, but you really only have one game set of film, or are you just worried about your principles?
I would say that's a great question. Coach Cooley has always been known as an offensive savant. When he was at Providence, his play catalog, I would say, was the most of any team in the Big East when I was employed in the Big East. I have obviously watched all of the games that you're talking about, and it's my nature to want to maybe over-explain too much to our guys. But in week one, with 15 new players, I think the vote is it needs to be about us and the things that foundationally we know we want to be about. And so we're trying to bleed in some components of their personnel. We're trying to bleed in some of their core actions, not necessarily their plays, but some of the things that are interwoven in each of their plays, so that foundationally we can grow from that, not just for the importance of Friday's game, but I think we play 7 games in the next 19 days. And so we're hoping that if we can keep the focus on us using the opponent to grow our foundation, that when we get to game 6 or game 8 or game 28, there's remnants that we built it from a sustainable standpoint. But I do think that the emotion of the first home game, the emotion of the rivalry, all of those things outside of our program are very important, and they have importance within our program. But to your point, we can't give away our entire practice itinerary based on Coach Cooley's offensive prowess. But we can give attention to, they run a lot of this, they run a lot of this, they run a lot of this, and we're gonna see A, B, and C in November, December, January, February, March.
And both teams are extremely physical. I know you've coached physical teams. Ed certainly has. How important are free throw attempts with where you are when you get into the bonus and rebounding?
I think that's the key to winning, no matter the name of the team and no matter the name of the opponent. They shot 39 free throws on Monday night. I believe they shot 25 free throws in Lexington. I think they shot 19 free throws versus George Washington. Number 2, number 5, number 25 get fouled at an ultra high rate. Number 5 was top 5% in the country last year in getting fouled. He is elite downhill and arguably the most physical 6'4" guard in the country that we'll face this month. But his game is somewhat predicated on downhill, which is where he gets fouled. I think 25 gets fouled at a very high rate. Number 2 has a little bit of anything he wants, all 3 levels, but a part of his points per possession is for sure his free throw attempt rate. I think the one thing that we have to pay attention to is number 3 gets fouled. I anticipate he will be one of the leading forwards in regards to free throws in the Big East this year. I know he played in the Big East last year, but not trying to distinguish between Coach Pitino or Coach Cooley. A lot of what I'm seeing they're doing with number 3 leads to him getting fouled. He was 8 of 9 at Kentucky, I believe. Yeah. And so can we defend without fouling will be a big part of can we win a game. Not Georgetown, any game. We fouled more times on Monday night than Coppin fouled us. That's not a good start. I know that's a subliminal stat, but we're going to have to defend without fouling because a lot of our fouls, we can't guard the ball, and so we just foul, and it leads to free points for the opponent. So that is one of the things that will be a part of what I talk about today and show. And so it applies to Georgetown, but it applies forward. We're not near as physical as we're going to have to be. Our nature is to watch the ball. Our nature is, I think you're going to do it instead of I need to do it. And so we've got to continue to make progress. We have some physical players. We don't have enough physicality when the ball is in the air. All three of our contests thus far, we have lost the physicality part. Coppin State was more physical than us. They rebounded 25% of their misses. That's not a good stat. And so with the physicality on Friday, which will be more than I anticipate we've had thus far, our physicality is going to have to continue to improve. But some of that is gaining traction. I do think our guys are understanding what we're asking of them. Our execution of that physicality is not as consistent as we're going to need it to be, but we have made some traction. We were better Monday night in that regard than we were the previous Monday night. And so we need to be markedly better on Friday than we were Monday in that regard.